Welcome to this video. This is Saeed Ahmed from Toronto, Canada. So this is part of the series developing a domain-specific language step by step. So I believe we have another 4 videos before, starting from concepts and some steps are there, right? So let's say still it's in the exploration phase, tools exploration. Yeah, the plan is there, but I actually did not say the exact application that I will be developing. I think I'm doing this for examples, random ideas, small things, small demonstrations. I will use these ideas to develop a project. In the video, I may or may not say much on the exact development of projects, but I think all of these components will need to be there. All of these tasks, activities will be sort of there. And if you're developing a domain-specific language, I think the ideas that I'm discussing or the tools that I am exploring and demoing, all of this will be helpful. Okay, let's see. So in our previous video, I think immediate previous video, it was about on Eclipse. How can you develop in Python and how can you develop a DSL language inside Eclipse using Python, PyEcho, right? And the previous one was GMF, Eugenia. GMF, that was to create GMF was it was just a ID, right? When you develop a language, you give an ID, right? So that developers can use your syntax to write some application, right? So GMF, we created some sample applications. I think the video, not the immediate previous one, the before 2 videos, that was GMF. Now, so the IDE, that was graphical, right? Graphical IDE. And it's for model-driven development, right? So if you worked on NS2, or let's say, I think you put some models and then you connect them together and you just define different things and then they work, right? So that was the GMF graphical based, I think the different states, transitions, and that's how you define your activities. And then when you execute it, you get the output just for let's say conference application, right? Conference application, you can have a conference model and then a room, event, speaker, a launch. You draw and connect, set some properties. So, and then we generate the corresponding code gets generated. That's the graphical user interface, and the corresponding code is there, and corresponding output will be there, right? Okay. Anyway, I think I'm just going back to the basic. You can watch the previous videos, right? So in this video, I think I will not show the graphical editors. Here, it will be just a text-based editor. What does it mean? You develop a domain-specific language for a particular work, right? And then you give it to a developer, or who can use it to produce something, right? Okay. So now, I think produce something. Still, they will need to some sort of write some programming sort of things. They need to write something, coding, right? Or as you told, GMF in the graphical, but we can also give them option to code, right? To write the code. So GMF is one thing, and code, using code text to write this software. There is another option. The ID will need to be there, right? So this Xtext is about creating this text-based ID. Okay. Now I will follow a step-by-step tutorial. I'll follow a step-by-step tutorial and see how far I can go. Okay. Let's share the screen. Okay, this is the Eugenia. Sorry, it is the Eclipse Epsilon, right? Eclipse Epsilon. Okay. So this was the GMA-based diagram editor that you can run as Eclipse application, and inside that you can define all the states and transitions to define your software, and then it can work, right? Okay, let's see. So this 15 minutes tutorial. Okay, screen sharing, so you can see it everything. Okay. Okay, let's see. So some text-based things. So let's create a new Xtext project. Okay, before I go there, I need to install Xtext. I may or may not have new project Xtext. Let's see. Most probably I don't have it. I need to install it. Unless EMF text project. No, it is not. Okay. So in that case, I'll need to find and install it. And installing, let's say, search here. All you need to know the repository URL. Okay. Right click and copy. Let's see, what does it say? Okay, it looks like some links, right? Now I keep some note because I know that okay. So Eclipse, we need to install it, right? Help, install in software. Okay, let's see. Add Xtext. Okay, it looks like I need to download it. The URL approach is actually felt better. Mm, no, that's not what you want. So let's try this one. Okay, let's manage it. Okay, let me figure it out and then come back. Okay, for whatever reason, I think the URL actually was here. Let's see, what is that URL? Composite release, right? Let's see. Yeah, that's the one, right? But why did I copy the download? Okay, mistakes probably somewhere. Now, where is my mouse? Okay, let's go to the instruction. Okay, select the Xtext SDK, right? Xtext SDK, because there looks like too many Xtext sources for okay, probably show only target environment. Okay, applicable to the target environment, right? Still, there are lots of things. So let's download the latest one. Okay, 2.10, right? If I don't this, then still, okay, 2.6. 2.6 is the applicable to target. Okay, if I remove this, then what does it happen? I think there is some work that needs to be, we need to know exactly. Okay, Xtext SDK. Is there any other Xtext SDK? I think it should be good. Okay. Target environment, all the stuff that are applicable for target environment is showing everything, right? So let's do the okay. So what's going on? The installation is still going on. Okay, just installed. At this moment, after I install, I think it's about creating a project and see if it is there. Okay, it looks like it. Oh no, it's not. Installation is not done. I did not notice the uh, status bar. Right, it is still at 50%. So at the bottom, okay. Okay, it looks like it's done restarting. That's a good point. Okay, file, new project. Okay, we can see Xtext right now, right? So let's follow this. Okay, Xtext project, Xtext project, next, right? Okay, now Java SE 11 Okay, not properly configured, 10, 11 or higher, right? Okay, it's asking for the GRE as well, right? Let me see. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Okay, that is the extension language name. Language name is this. Extension execution environment. I hope that I am recording and I am sharing the entire screen. Okay, now create feature, create update site, web integration, testing support. Okay, IDE test, UI tests. I'm just trying to see if the tutorial told anything about. Okay, let's do the default thing. We might, in general, we will be able to change some of this, if not all. Okay, it will be domain model, test, UI test, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Okay, now write the grammar. Okay, it's already there. Greeting plus equals to greeting star. Okay, it is just the rule, right? Any number of greetings. What is a greeting? Greeting is this. It is just the definition. Okay, model greetings. It will have greetings. That means of greeting type, any number of greeting, and greeting means this. Simple hello world grammar. Okay, the model, our domain model elements can be any type. Okay, plus equals to type, any number star, just slightly. What is type? Type is this data type or entity. Okay, that's the supposed to be having the comment out, comment in. Anyway, I think I can just remove this, right? In general, I'll not need those. Okay, I can definitely say, I think it is to define the language. What is the, let's say, in your language, you write some code, right? The code has some syntax. So it sort of tries to define what a correct syntax needs to be. Okay. So, okay, so domain model, it can contain arbitrary number, this meant star, arbitrary number of types, right? So arbitrary number of types, they can be added. They can be added to a feature called elements, right? So what is the domain model? Arbitrary number of types, those are added together to create a feature. To a feature, they are added together to a feature called elements. Okay, a rule type. What does this type mean? Type mean data type or entity. Okay, now what is data type? Data type name equals to ID. What is ID? Okay, data type. Did they define data type? A data type means any name, ID, or RC. Rule data type or the rule entity. Okay, entity rule or data type rule. Data type rule and entity rule. Okay, if we want to define a data type, we need to see data type followed by an identifier, which is passed by a rule called ID. A rule called ID defined in the super grammar. In the super grammar, name ID is just represented in a super grammar, right? Okay, let's keep it like this without explaining. Okay, so language artifacts, your DSL language artifacts output. So run the code generator, various language component, right click to the grammar editor and select run as generate Xtext articles. Generates the parser and text editor and some additional infrastructure code. You will see its logging message in the console. It will generate a parser. Parser, that means that will parse and say if something is valid or not, just that kind of things. And editor, where you can write things. Okay. Run the generated Eclipse plugin. Okay. I think they're clicking on domain model and run as application. I think when we develop the graphical interface, I think it was for this diagram. Run as Eclipse application. The same is here. Okay, Eclipse application launch runtime application. Okay, I believe I used for the GMF. Let's say they are told about Eclipse application. Let's keep it Eclipse application. Okay, so this is our runtime Eclipse. Now, here we can create a new project. right? New project that will be okay, my.project. Okay, new project, Java project, new project, Java project. Let's give the same name. Okay. Okay, we want to create a file, tm.file. Okay, let's do it under src. Okay, I believe it should be yes. Now this is an editor where you can write your code using some language. I think you actually define the language. I think language syntax. I think this is the definition of the language syntax. You already defined it. Now you will do it here, right? Yeah, it will have the code completion, syntax highlighting, syntactic validation, linking errors, then depending the rules that you defined. So entity blog, entity host author. Let's run it here. This is not the rule. This is we are defining some entities now. Let's see if I see it here. This is the rule. This is the grammar. It will check if it is correct or not, right? We are telling entity hash author. Did they define entity? Okay, entity. Or it will have entity. Entity will need to have entity and then the name, right? Entity that you can see name, name, name. The optional extents and then features. Optional extents. Some is extents, some does not have the extent, right? And now, as per rule tells it will have some features. So it is feature, name and type, right? Feature, name and type, name and type, name and type, right? Now, what are the types allowed? That probably we did not say it. So many different things it may consider as correct still. Okay, I have created it. Okay, I think does it highlight anything or not? Okay, this is how it looks like. My model, blog, these are some entities. Okay. Okay, they want to introduce the concept packages. Okay. So we can also use, instead of one file for defining the rules, we can one thing is we can create packets, and packets can have multiple files, right? So, okay, this is the model. Okay, Xtext can generate these things, right? Okay, let's go to the in and see what they have done, and then we'll see how far we can go. I think it probably will be the similar thing, right? You change the rule and then you run as application, and then over there you can write some code that will be that will need to be um, aligned with these rules, right? So here domain model Xtext. So there are some syntax errors. Syntax, it can even be conceptual errors. At this point, it will be syntax error because so they just introduced the concept of package, and they actually needs to be different file. Okay, that's the all the grammars. Okay, domain model can have abstract element. Abstract element is package declaration. It's just introducing the package. Okay. Package type or import. Qualification name, import. Okay. Now we can do run as generate Xtext. Okay, save all. Okay, let's see. Now I can run as Eclipse application. Okay. Runtime, right? That was our GMF editor. Okay, let's see. My project, src. Okay, let's create another project. Okay, module name. So what was the name of the file? My model.dmodel. Okay, Xtext for sure. So now the code. Okay, this is the code based on that grammar thing. We'll see if that whatever we define in the Xtext model, whether it satisfies or not, right? Build path. Let's say build automatically. Okay, I believe that's how we can stop. Okay, it is further customization. Okay, some validation rules, domain validator. Okay, I believe I want to stop here.